It's Worthy Knight reporting for Lords Mobile News, as we've just discovered a new update has just dropped onto Lords Mobile today out of the blue. The Blazing Embers gear update for Mythic gear is here. The question everybody's asking themselves is it time to panic? Well, let's find out. Back to the studio. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with another Lords Mobile video. And as you may have noticed already, guys, an update has dropped onto Lords Mobile. Where did this update come from? Oh my god, there was no press release, nothing. It just dropped out of the blue. And I'm sure you've already seen it, guys, but in this video I'm just going to go over it and tell you exactly what it means for pay to play and for free to play. Not the video I had planned today, guys. It was going to be the reason why I got the full title and some rallies and stuff, but you know, IGG, they chuck stuff in there when you least expect it, you know, and this is one of them days, so here we go. So this is the message that everybody, including yourself, got, so you don't need me to go through this entirely. I'm sure you can check this out on your own account, but needless to say, it just basically says there is going to be a new update to your gear, introducing Mythic equipment. Okay, sounds good. Remnants of this fire have recently been discovered. Their blazing embers are extraordinarily hot. Are they now? Hot to get, I bet. We'll soon find out. Anyway, what else is in this update? There's a couple of fixes here by the looks of things. Adjusted the legendary Shadow Sigil skill, now hides your equipment at any grade from others. Okay, so I guess that means that whether it's blue gear or green gear or purple, you can still hide it, maybe. Doesn't affect me, guys, because I'm not worried about sigils, but hey ho, that's part of their update. And also, new turf quests are related to Mythic equipment, so I'm guessing that means if you make a piece of Mythic equipment, you're going to get yourself a turf quest with some RSS and some XP and stuff like that. Okay, guys, so let's jump straight into this and first of all talk about how you unlock the Mythic equipment. That should be the first thing we talk about right now. Okay, so what you need to do to unlock the Mythic equipment is go over to your research lab, your academy, whatever you want to call it, and you need to go down to, I think it's military command, and there you go, breakthrough. There's the research. Now, I've done this research for this video. I wouldn't have normally done it, to be honest with you. Not yet, because I'm nowhere near ready to do any of this Mythic stuff. But, you know, I wanted to unlock it and show you guys. So this is the Mythic research. To be honest with you, it's quite a lengthy research. Well, I say quite a lengthy research. It's about four or 5 days worth of research there. So, you know, if you've got some research speeds saved up, you can go ahead and get that done. And that gives you the opportunity to start upgrading your equipment. So let's have a look and see what kind of upgrades you can do, guys. So I'm going to jump into my cabinet and I'm going to go down to, well, let's look at the Indulgent Visage. Here we go. So Indulgent Visage at gold level gives you 10% infantry attack and 10% ranged attack. Okay, so let's upgrade. And as you can see, it goes orange, which I think looks pretty cool, if I'm being honest with you. Although I still think I prefer the gold. You know, I like the gold color. I think it looks cool. This looks okay, I guess, but you know, it is what it is. I think it looks alright. Anyway, this is the Mythic Indulgent Visage. As you can see, you get 4% extra infantry attack and ranged attack. However, and this is the bit I need to talk about, you have to get these embers, these blazing embers. These are only available at the moment to purchase in the mall. However, I'm going to come back to that in a moment as well, because I think there are going to be some other ways to get these blazing embers. So if you are free to play, don't panic just yet. Don't get me wrong, if you're going to be upgrading your gear, it's going to be taking longer than a pay-to-play player, of course, as everything does as free-to-play. But I think, you know, I think there's going to be ways of doing it, along with a little bit of luck. So we'll come back to that in a moment. So, you know, looks pretty good on the surface. You know, it's basically another gear level which improves the stats even further, and it's not just for this free-to-play helmet, it's actually for all the gear in the game, and including the champ gear. So all the titans out there that, you know, have got all the champ gear stuff, you're going to end up with some really strong gear, because at gold, 35% cavalry attack, 10% army attack. You go to Mythic, 49% cavalry attack, and an extra 4% army attack. That's huge. So, you know, that's pretty crazy. But there is something very important I need to kind of like talk about with regards to upgrading it. I'm going to go back to my Indulgent Visage for an example here. Once you get to gold, basically, you need one each of these free-to-play materials. So we're talking, you know, the Angelic Plume, the Lux Bracers, and the Holy Silk. You need one of each of those at gold to get the gold Indulgent Visage. Now, if you've got your 6 blue Embers, and again, these Embers go in grade from grey up to gold, okay? You've got your 6 blue Embers, you need to get the gold materials again to actually unlock the Mythic helmet. Now, for the Indulgent Visage, it's not really too much of an issue. You know, okay, well, that's not a problem. But guys, when you're talking about something like this, the Beast Helm, we all know how difficult it is to get Bloodsuckers. We know the drop rates. Since we've been playing Lords Mobile, and on my channel with the chest openings, you know, even Mr. BP with his chest openings, he's very lucky, but still not all the time. You know how difficult it is to get high-end drops for Bloodsuckers. You know how costly it is to make a gold Beast Helm, or a gold Bumble Helm, or even a gold Champion Helmet. Very, very expensive to get those gold ultra rares. But the thing is, guys, once you get to gold Beast Helm, if you want to go to Mythic, you got to do it all over again, guys. Yeah, you need to get another 10 gold Bloodsuckers and 10 of these gold Blazing Embers, plus the extra bits as well, to get that up to Mythic. That is expensive. Very, very expensive. Now, there is something I want to mention very quickly before we go any further. The drop rate on these Blazing Embers is actually pretty good. It is pretty good from what I can see. Coming up on the screen right now is a screenshot of 39 chests being opened by Mr. BP. Of course, we know he has super big luck, but look at that, guys. 2 legendary drops in 39 chests. That's not just luck. That means that there's a really high drop rate for the Embers. So getting the Embers, I don't think it's going to be the big issue. That's not where the money comes in. You got to spend a little bit to get them, but that's not where it's going to cost you. Where it's going to cost you is getting these ultra rares back up to gold. I mean, champ players, if you're listening to this video, seriously, I understand that, you know, you've got the money to spend, and that's great, and you've got probably 11k heroes and champ gear, and so this might not seem like an issue, but think about how much your champion gears cost you if you've got a gold champ set. Just think about that for a second, how much money you spend on your gold champ gear. You need to understand for a second now that if you want to take your gold champ gear to the next level, to Mythic champ gear, you have got to do it all over again. You've got to get another 7 golden mains just to get the helmet up, and then all the rest of it as well. That is extremely expensive, guys. It's almost coming up to almost double the price. I mean, I heard loads of different prices of how much it costs to get a full gold champ set. Somewhere in the region of around about $50,000 to $80,000 is what I've heard. Sometimes, depending on your luck, more. Well, now that's kind of almost doubling. It means to get a Mythic champ set, it's probably somewhere in the region of around about $150,000 to $180,000. Somewhere around. It's expensive. It's a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money. So if you see a champion player in full champ Mythic gear, they have spent a fortune. You could buy a house for how much it's going to cost to get a full Mythic set. So, as far as pay to play goes, this is a costly update. It really, really is. Unless you're planning on just upgrading your free to play stuff, I mean, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. This would be okay. I mean, there's no ultra rares. It's pretty straightforward. The Ember drop rates are pretty good. So you should be able to get this to Mythic without any kind of problem at all, really. But when you're talking about the bigger pay to play items like the Codex, and like the Gargantua belt, the Talons, the Ambrosial Cup. Oh my god, the Ambrosial Cup, guys. Can you imagine? Can you imagine trying to get this to Mythic? You know what? The first person to get Ambrosial Cup to Mythic, message me, film it. I'll put it up on my channel and give you props, because seriously, this is one of the hardest pieces to upgrade. getting that. Look at the stats on it. 35% infantry, 35% range. Damn, that's crazy stats. It's crazy. Getting another 13. So to get that to Mythic, you got to get 26. 26 gold halos to get that to Mythic. Yeah. I'm not doing that anytime soon, guys. Anytime. Can you imagine the amount of chests you'll have to open to get to that? So a lot of people are focusing on this, and that needs 17 embers. Wow. A lot of people are focusing on this thing. I wouldn't worry too much about these blazing embers if you're pay to play, okay? Because the drop rate's good. You buy a few of these packs, you're going to get enough. You'll find you'll have more than enough embers, I reckon, in the long run. The problem you're going to have is getting the ultra rares to get your stuff back up to Mythic, because like I say, you need them all gold again. Very, very costly. This is not a cheap update at all. Really, in my opinion, it's only going to be for top end spenders. It really is. Unless you've bought a ton of material chests and just got lucky and happen to have a bunch of ultra rares lying around. Other than that, guys, you know, yeah. Anyway, that's how it is for pay to play. It's an expensive update. It's almost doubling the price of all the pay to play gear to get to Mythic. So, next, guys, what does this mean for free to play? Okay, now I'm not going to talk about pay to play gear now because we know that's well out of reach for any free to play player. It really is. But for the free to play gear, like I said, guys, for the free to play gear, I'm going to go back in again. I love this little helmet. It's my little guinea pig for this video, guys. This indulgent visage, this is doable, I think, as a free to play player. I'll tell you why. First of all, guys, with this update, there is actually a special event available which you can go and have a look at. I'm going to go look at it now for you and show you. Where is it? And here it is, Mythic Crafts. It's only on for a few days. So, well, I say a few days. 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, well, just over a week. So, just over a week, this event's going on. And you can get Blazing Embers. Let's have a quick look, guys, and see exactly what's going on with this event. So, from the 17th of September, or the 13th of September to the 17th, log in daily to get an Ember chest. You get one per day, which contains Blazing Embers of random grades. So, for 4 days, you get 4 chests. So there's 4 chests straight off the bat. If you happen to land a decent drop, like a purple or a gold, which is definitely doable, you're laughing. You've got yourself your first piece of Mythic gear in your free-to-play set, which in your war gear anyway, which is pretty good. Then we go down to the 13th to the 18th, reach phase 3 in hell events or 24-hour challenges to get a bonus Trailblazer chest, which may also contain Blazing Embers. Now, I know the drop rates can potentially be quite low, as they normally are in these kind of events, but if you've saved up some speed ups as a free-to-play player, now is the time to do your hell events, because you've got a chance to get more of those Blazing Embers, which is good, you know, very good. And then from the 17th of September to the 22nd of September, the light of the Blazing Embers have drawn goblins, evil weevils, totem pests, boulders and crabbies. It says here that in a massive horde, they'll appear every 3 hours, so it's like we normally get, guys, like a code 66 going on. But it says, make them feel the heat, and you could get the Blazing chest, which contains speed up, research items, Blazing Embers, and more. And that event is running for 5 days. That's our normal, like, code 66 event with all of our resource monsters on the map, so you can kill like 20-25 monsters every 3 hours, and you've got a chance of getting a Blazing chest. So go ham on them, seriously. Get the sweatband out and start hitting them monsters and use your monster energy up on those to try and get as many of those Ember chests as you can. Hopefully, guys, if you manage to do the hell events, kill the monsters, you know, get your chests for the next 4 days, hopefully after opening those Ember chests, you get lucky, get a couple of purple, couple of blue drops, and you should be able to upgrade some of your free-to-play, I can't stress that enough, guys, free-to-play war gear up to Mythic level. It's definitely possible, in my opinion. Obviously, if you've started upgrading your free-to-play gear to things like the Firewall Plate and the Frostwing Greatsword and Burning Scrolls, you're not going to get them up. It just isn't going to happen, because you probably haven't even got them kind of items up to gold yet anyway, so forget about the pay-to-play stuff. But for free-to-play items, it's definitely doable, okay? What is a bit more difficult is going to be things like the flutes, because the flutes actually require quite high-grade embers. If you have a look at this, I think this is a bit crazy, to be honest with you. I would have thought this would have been lower, but 3 gold Embers for a Lunar Flute at Mythic, I think that's a bit much. I mean, they could have done maybe 1 purple, but I think asking a free-to-play for 3 gold is a bit much. But then a lot of pay-to-play players use these flutes as well, so, you know, I kind of guess that's why they've made it a bit more difficult to get the flutes up. If you're looking at the Sentinel Circlets, which is another favourite that people use for construction, this only requires 1 gold, so it's not as bad, but still difficult, I think, unless you get lucky. Personally though, guys, if you do get some good drops on these Ember chests over the next few days, I would focus on getting your free-to-play war gear up. If you haven't built your free-to-play war gear, or you're not sure what the best free-to-play war gear is to go for, there's a video on my channel, the best free-to-play war gear in Lords Mobile. Check it out. That's the stuff you need to build. That's the stuff you need to work on to get Mythic. And this is just a launch event, guys. I mean, I'm sure IGG will have further events. Who knows? These Embers might even come up in Guildfest. We don't know yet. I don't want to speculate on where they're going to appear, but I don't think it's the last we're going to see of them as far as the free-to-play aspect is concerned. So is it time to panic? Absolutely not. You know, I think it's a decent update, but for pay-to-play, whoa, that is one heck of an expensive update. Like I say, to get all those gold ultra rares again. Deary, deary, deary me. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. I'll be nice. Always like to hear your comments. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. And until next time, guys, you know how this next bit goes. Stay safe and peace out.